Good. Strong. Look at that. Strong. Look at that. Strong.
Come on. Let's go.
Fight.
Let's go.
Good.
Soft.
There you go. Press. Come on, Bill. Finish. That's it, man. Fight. Fight. Oh, he's got it.
Yeah.
Look at that PR.
Come on, you got it. Line back.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. He said, I'm ready for a second rep. There you go. Get it. Right it. Touch it.
Good, let's go. Keep going, let's go. Get 15. Come on, Bill, fight. Let's go. Keep going. Come on. Let's go, you're not done. Come on, come on, come on. I know. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Reps.
Ooh, good.
Come on.
Get 10, let's go.
Come on, let's go. 5 more.
Keep that rhythm. Keep that rhythm. Keep going. Let's go, Christian.
Let's go.
You can't go. Come on. Keep going. One more.
I got you. Let's go.
Let's go. There you go. Press it. There you go.
Never gonna take one. I'm 7-minded. We'll try it. Let's go.
Good. Holy shit. Let's go. Come on, keep it going. Good, Bill. Let's go. Fight. Come on. Good shit. Holy shit. Let's go.
Come on. Come on, you know it.
Come on, fight.
2 more. Let's go. Let's go.
Good.
Yeah. 1 more. Come on,
Fight.
fight it. Fight. There you go. Come on. You know it.
Oh shit.
Let's go. Press.
Okay.
For 2.
Strong.
Go.
Press. There you go. Look at that. Keep going. Away, away, away. Up. Press. Come on. You almost got that twice.
Got it. All you. Let's go. Press.
There you go. Come on.
No.
Up, 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 up. Fight. Yes. That's a good spot. That's a good spot.
I always love that.
Let's go, Zach.
Press.
Oh, he's got it.
That's a whole nother
That
number.
looks like you were moving, dude. Come on, 2 more. Keep going. Come on. Keep going. Let's go.
Come on.
There you go. Strong.
Let's go, Bill.
Jason, are you right, Jason? Ooh. He's not even breaking it, I swear. He's not moving, dude.
He just like.
Yeah, I'm using my biceps to do this.
Go.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, Christian.
Come on.
Look at that shit. Look at that. I knew he could do it. Let's go. Power. Press. Now it's all momentum. Come on. Good. There you go. Get 5. Let's go. There's 2. Keep going. Come on. Up. Again. Strong, Bill. Press.
Let's go.
Oh, yes. Go.
Yep.
Holy hell, dude.
Let's go, Zach. Go for it. Oh, yeah. Go for it. Come on. Press. Go on. Let's go. Press. Come on. Keep going. Don't stop. You know it.
That was fun, actually. Alright, this milk comes up and... Oh.
My opening just locked. Oh.
Vascular.
So Tara and I usually go to the grocery store like once a week at least and get our major grocery shopping done, usually on the weekends, but I am forever and always going to the grocery store like 3 or 4 times a week after the gym and everything. It's just like a routine, like as I run out of turkey bacon and stuff, for example. And today I needed to go get some kind of meat for dinner tonight, so I got some pork chops, some chicken tenderloins right here, and just a few more things for the weekend, so I hopefully don't have to go to the store again. Some junk food for myself. Tara's going to a Juice World concert tomorrow night, and I really could be going too, but I'm not really into going to concerts and stuff like that, so I'm not even going. I just got a couple of things for the weekend, some veggies here. We do buy fresh from time to time, but this is just so easy to throw this stuff in the microwave or whatever. Some sliced carrots. Needed some toothpaste, some cereal here, some Vital Hawaiian Punch. I'd say like 90% of this stuff is for me. The Jolly Rancher popsicles, though, those are for Tara. That's her luxury each night, is to have some popsicles. I also got some rice, cheddar and broccoli. You can't go wrong. For with dinner tonight, even though we have like 100 packets of these already in different flavors and everything, I usually end up going to the grocery store 3 to 4 times just to get things like milk and, turkey bacon, eggs, as I run out of it throughout the week. And Boo here always has to bite on the bags for some reason. Say hi, Boo. Oh, goodness. So everybody needs to wish Bella a happy birthday. Yesterday was her birthday and she's now 1 year old. Isn't that right, Bale? She wants in here so bad. I can't believe she's already a year old. We haven't had her for an entire year. That will be in March, that she's like been with us for a year. But then in 2 months, Olive, right there peeking her head, she's going to be 6 already. And you guys were asking how many animals we have. And, to be honest with you, we have 7 animals. We have 2 dogs, 4 cats, and then a rabbit who lives downstairs. So Cool. So I once again will show you guys my go-to post-workout meal. I've got my turkey bacon on right now, and you can see it's already going on 2 o'clock. And the last time that I ate was around, I think it was like 9:30 this morning. I woke up at like 8:30 and got myself prepared for the gym and everything. I knew that I was meeting Bill and Christian that you guys saw in the video around 10 o'clock. So this is really the hardest time, you know, this threshold of this point in time where it's like 3 to 4 hours where I'm not eating anything because I'm forced to come home and just hog down food. And that's exactly what I'm going to do today. I'm going to go and make a protein shake after this for when I'm taking a bath and everything. And immediately after that, I have some leftover chicken breast, rice, and some form of veggies that I'll probably have before having dinner tonight too. So it's just a constant struggle, like getting food in. And I get extremely moody if I'm not like eating constantly. So that's a bit frustrating for me. But that's the longest period of the day that I go without eating, when it's like training time and everything. And of course I will sometimes like take a post-workout shake for like immediately after the gym. But when I have to go run across the street to the grocery store, the time adds up. It's almost as if I should have went to McDonald's before even going into the grocery store just to get something in my system, some calories. So it's just a constant battle with food for me. I can't remember if I actually ever introduced you guys to Luna, but she was our first ever cat that we got together, Tara and I. The firstborn, the oldest, and she is like a big time daddy's girl. She used to like come into our room and sleep under the covers until we got that thing, because Bella sleeps under the covers now. Hey, settle down. But yeah, there's Boo right there too. They are best friends, these two. Boo is our second born or second oldest cat that we had gotten in this new house. So I say new house, but we've lived here for a year now already. So for the past 4 weeks now, this has been my go-to post-workout meal. I've got some Hawaiian punch there. I'm not even sure why 4 weeks ago I made the transition from having like the 4 slices of toast to the waffles, but you know, it works and it tastes delicious. And this is what I've had now for post-workout almost every single day for the past 4 weeks. It's delicious. Immediately after that meal, I just made myself my protein shake for when I'm in the bathtub. Notice in the background, I have all my dishes done. I said this like a handful of years ago in a vlog that I did, that I always get my dishes done after eating a meal, because I'm the type of person, I don't know if I'm OCD or whatnot, but I have to have my kitchen clean. I have to have all of my cooking dishes available and not dirty in order for me to use them at whatever given instant. So I'm pretty anal when it comes to all that stuff, but this is the shake. It's got 2 eggs, peanut butter, cookies and cream ice cream. It's got milk. What else? I don't know, a few more things in there. I've shown you guys this before, so I'm gonna go take a bath. And you know what? I'll probably weigh myself for you guys too while I'm in there. Got my shake here. Let's weigh ourselves and see. Keep in mind that I have pants on and my gym shoes, so not gonna be 100% accurate. Holy shit. 209. Let me try one more time. I should do this naked, but I just don't feel like stripping down just yet. I got a couple of things I gotta do in the house before taking a bath. 209. Okay, so that's not half bad. I was getting nervous that I was like closer to just 200, but I'd say that's pretty good for now. Alright, so we have reached the talking part of this video. It will be valuable information nonetheless. I essentially want to talk about my experience with my first cycle and answer some of the frequent questions that come about through various forms of my social media, YouTube, as well as like questions people have asked me in person, and you know, frustrations that I've ran into in the recent times. So this may be long, it may be short, I'm not really sure. I'm not going to just rant or anything. So I started my first ever cycle in September of last year. And the cycle lasted 16 weeks, and it finally came to an end December 22nd of last year, technically. Where I am in the present state, I am now in what is considered to be a cruise. I am going to be on a cruise now until my next blast, obviously, and this blast will more than likely occur around April or May would be my guess. I want to take close to the same amount of time that I was on a cycle to, stay on a cruise for an equivalent amount of time. So close to 16 weeks, but I would like to wait until around April or May before I have another blast, as many of you guys would put it. So, to talk about my experience overall, I would say that my experience has been 100% positive. I'd say 90-95% positive. I don't know. There are some negatives and stuff that you run into and everything, but I feel as though I was very diligent. I was very smart about going about this decision. I trained for 8, almost 9 years naturally in my life, okay? I accomplished a lot of different goals, and I was able to make a living doing something that I truly enjoy doing. And I'm still doing that to this day. When I started in September, I'm 6 feet tall and I weighed between 180 and 185 pounds. I fluctuated between there. Now, at the end of my cycle, I am weighing, you guys just saw me weigh myself here in this video, between 200 and 210 pounds. I do fluctuate because my eating changes frequently. It's all dependent on the mirror and how I look. So that is at least 20 pounds of lean muscle tissue, because I'm actually leaner now than when I started. And I was pretty lean to begin with. I wasn't shredded to the bone or anything, but I'm actually visually leaner now with more vascularity, more detail and striations than when I started. So what that tells me is that I gained 20 to 25 pounds of lean muscle tissue. So, I've came across comments on YouTube saying that I haven't changed that much, and I don't know what expectations people have, when you take something like this or your first time around. The visual changes aren't going to be so drastic. It still takes time, and that's something that I have learned and I've understood. But even visually, when I look in the mirror, I can see the changes. I know that I'm bigger. I'm the fullest I've ever looked. The details are the greatest they've ever looked. My thighs are getting bigger. I have stretch marks all across my chest, my inner thighs, on my ass cheeks, everywhere. So, the growing aspect of it is something that I've benefited from. My training has been centered around, bodybuilding as well as getting stronger. The best of both worlds, basically. And my maxes, I have not been deadlifting. That may be taboo to some of you guys, and I'll probably talk about why I'm not really deadlifting in a future video. But my squat has increased tremendously. I have clips in September, leading right before September on my phone, of me attempting to squat 405. For a maximum effort squat, and I failed. I have the clips in my phone. And, I wasn't training as a powerlifter or to get stronger at that time. I was more or less after hypertrophy, and that was it, bodybuilding solely. But to be failing with that, and now, just 4 months later, I have a max of 455 pounds, and I get under 405, and I can rep that for 3 to 5 reps, which is the first time I've ever experienced that in my life. My bench press is through the roof. When I started in September, I'd say my max was around 315, to be honest, because once again, I was not messing around with these powerlifting rep ranges or following strength programs. And my max bench now, I've done a 385 pause. You guys saw in this video, I got under 405 with elbow wraps and pressed that stuff with a fair amount of ease. So my strength has skyrocketed. And that was my goal, was to basically hit maybe a 4-plate bench and chase after a 5-plate squat within reason, because obviously bodybuilding will always be number one in my book. So that's something that's happened. Now, I've become like almost, I don't want to say annoyed because I understand where people are coming from, but I've just become like overwhelmed and frustrated with how many people are like really trying to push me into sharing the exact compounds and sharing the dosages and all of these details. And I'm going to tell you guys, you know, in terms of what I'm taking or what I took my first time around, it doesn't fucking matter. And this video is probably going to get demonetized and stuff, but because of that simple word, but it doesn't fucking matter what I'm taking, because it's just amazing to me. Because when I started out, you know, I've went to my gym for years now, probably 7 years I've went to this gym, and I've seen some of the same faces there since I've started. And these acquaintances, I'm not even acquaintances, these people I've seen, you know, make eye contact, the occasional head nod and everything. I've seen these people there for years, and they've never said a word to me. And then I make this video in September, just before September, saying, you know, I'm going down this new path. I'm going to start and take my first ever cycle. And immediately, these people, it's like they became my best friends all of a sudden. They were coming up to me daily. I couldn't step foot in the gym without someone beelining for me to start a conversation like, so what compounds are you taking? What's your dosage? What are you mixing together? What's your stack? And it just amazed me, because I would tell these people, because in person I don't have a problem really sharing, you know, the specifics. I'm not going to put it out here on social media and promote what I'm doing, because that's not what it's about to me. It's not about taking this or this magic pill or that magic pill. It will never be about that for me. But these people ask me, I tell them, and they further question me like, so what else are you taking? Or is that it? Those are the questions, you know, like, what else are you taking, or is that it? And some of them got mad at me. Some of them called me a liar. Some of them were like, okay, buddy. And some of them actually did believe me, you know. I'm not out here to really care whether or not someone's going to believe me in that instance anyways. But then they would proceed to tell me what they've been taking and how many different compounds they've messed around with and for how many years they've been taking this or that. And in reality, it was like 5 to 8 times what I was taking in September. And as a natural, I looked better than these people. As a natural, I was close to being stronger than a lot of these people. And what it tells me is that it does not matter what you take. Okay, obviously it matters, but logistically, like, you can take 10 times the amount of what I'm taking, and you're not going to, you know, reach some superhuman level just from taking a magic pill. It does not work like that. And it just has given me that extra motivation. This whole experience for me, this first rodeo that I went on, has just given me a reality check that it all comes down to your work ethic, about goal setting and the sacrifices that you make in order to achieve that goal. That is what it comes down to, because all these guys have been taking this shit for years and they don't look the part and they aren't accomplishing the goals that they're after because they do not have the work ethic that I have. And I don't care if I sound arrogant or whatever. I'm not out here to brag. I'm not out here to come on YouTube and say I'm better than everyone else. I'm realer than everybody else. I come on here and you guys don't hear me talk a lot. It's just boring workout footage half the time. But I would rather my actions speak for themselves rather than me having to defend myself or argue with people. I would rather just put out content, go in the gym, lift every single day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And in some cases more than that because I do 2-a-days from time to time. But there is no magical secret to it, to success in this industry or creating the physique that you want. If you're considering to go down the road that I've went down, the advice I would give you is to not do it. Don't do it unless you're going to do it at a competitive level, or in my case, if you're making a living from it, that is completely different. If you're just a gym bro who's trying to get stronger or look better, you do not need to go down this route. It is so unnecessary and it would be dumb. There's so much risk involved that people don't realize. And in some cases, most of the cases, you're going to be on this stuff for the rest of your life and be reliant on this stuff for the rest of your life. And most people don't want to have to deal with that. So you really have to be diligent, do your research, and think. Use your brain and think about the decision that you're making and whether or not it's worth it for you to go down that road. But it just has really opened my eyes, to how much of a mental game this really all is. And I hope you guys will just think before you act in life, okay? And even with something that may seem so simple, it's not as simple as what many guys out there make it out to be. Before September, to give you guys like a small experience or whatever that I ran into, before I had even touched anything, I remember going into the locker room and there was this like 6'5", 6'6" guy in there, and he was enormous. I mean, he looked like a bloated water buffalo, and I would never in a million years want to look like him, but he just had mass. He was massive, gigantic, and I still haven't seen this guy to this day. But I go in the locker room and he's on the phone, sitting on the bench, and we do the head nod to each other, and I go into the stall and I'm going to the bathroom and everything. And I hear this guy talking, and it kind of surprised me because he seemed so intelligent in the conversation that he was having. He was talking about something business related, and I just thought, man, that's a really smart guy. He has a very high intellect. And I walk out of the stall and he's off of the phone, and I'm washing my hands and I'm drying with the paper towels, and he comes up to me, he's like, hey man, what compounds you taking right now? And I told the guy, I'm natural right now. But I was honest with him, and I proceeded the conversation by telling him some of my plans, like I plan to dabble with a test-only cycle or whatever. And, he jumped on me, and he didn't jump on me, but he came back and he's like, no, man, you got to throw in like some heavy shit. You got to put some tren in there. Your first time around, you may as well. You only live once and stuff. And he proceeded to tell me about how he fucked up his nuts and how he completely messed up his health and everything just a few years ago, and he hasn't been the same since. And it just really, that experience bothered me, and it still bothers me to this day, because here's this guy that I thought was so smart and just so down to earth and everything. And he really surprised me at first with just the way he talked. Going from that to telling some 20-year-old noob to go and take the most aggressive compound known to man, his first time around putting his health at risk, it just really bothered me. And it must have put a sour taste in my mouth, because that's one thing that has kept me from coming onto YouTube and sharing the exact compounds and dosages and stuff with the youth and everything that watches my channel, because I would feel like I'm being held accountable in a way, even though I wouldn't be. Everybody is capable of making their own decisions, but that's not what this shit is about to me. There's so much more. And just that experience it just put me off so much to where I will never be a person like that. I still to this day can't believe that there are people ignorant enough to think that I'm ignorant enough that my first rodeo, I would throw in such aggressive compounds and some of the most aggressive drugs known to man my first time around. I understand there's people that do that, but I'm not one of those people. And you guys are just going to have to trust me when I say that I was borderline like the minimal. Like I was on such a low amount possible. And even the second time around here in April when I go and do my second blast, I'm sure that by then I still haven't planned it out yet. There's more research I'd like to do. Even then, I don't plan on going on a super aggressive amount, because based on the results I've gotten this first time around, I'm going to remain patient and I'm going to keep a smart head on my shoulders going forward with this, because I have nothing but time ahead of me. And that's what a lot of people don't realize, is that this is my job. I don't have a 9 to 5 that I have to go to every single day. I can afford to literally kill myself in that gym and struggle to get out of bed the next day because of my lower back hurting so bad, my erectors being so fired up, my legs being so sore that I can barely carry up a laundry basket from my basement. I can afford to do that because this is my occupation. Other people can't do that. You can't go from a 9 to 5 job and have the energy to go kill yourself in the gym and then come home and keep repeating it over and over again 7 days a week, 365 days a year. The normal human being can't do that. And I don't judge people when they say that work gets the best of them sometimes with their training and eating. I understand that. But in my case, I have no excuse. And that's why I think that I'm capable of doing a lot more than what other people are capable of, because I have something that they don't, and that is extra time to dedicate towards this. But that's my rant, basically, on how this experience has went so far. Because of the research that I did, I had minimal side effects. I'm going to knock on wood right now because I feel like I was smart enough to do my research and I didn't have horrible acne, no gyno. I didn't have any of the problems that a lot of guys run into just from being blind, putting blinders on and just going into it with ignorance. I don't think I went into this with ignorance. Of course, the decision itself was ignorant in a way, but when you look at the big picture and, where I want to be, a lot of decisions that I made were necessary, and I want to truly see what I can do with this in my life. So that's my rant. We're almost at 20 damn minutes, and I'm not going to trim a single second of this because it will be too much work. And Tara will be home in about a half hour. So that's it for my rant for now. I'm probably going to share some of my meals with you guys for the rest of the night. Maybe film when Tara gets home. And that's that for now. Sorry. I am here on my laptop, and I want to describe the process of exporting clips from my video camera that you guys are watching right now onto my laptop, where I then trim them, throw in some transitions and stuff. And in this case, I have a bunch of clips for Instagram. For example, Instagram, Twitter, as well as my Facebook. I have to import them onto my laptop, do that editing that I just mentioned, export them onto my desktop, drag them into my Dropbox, and I then take my iPad and I have to trim them into being 15 seconds, put music on them, put filters over them for just my Instagram story and or Instagram post itself. But in that case, you can post 1 minute videos. So it's such a long process doing that daily. It takes about an hour just to come up with video clips for my Instagram story. But I've been really on top of it lately. I have sat in front of my laptop for hours on hours the past several weeks just because I understand that's part of my job. And I found that using the Instagram story, for example, is a great way to grow and reach a greater demographic of people than just your posts and your hashtags and everything. But I have a ton of footage here for YouTube as well. These are the clips that you guys are going to see here before this vlogging part of the workout and everything with Bill and Christian. So yeah, you guys, it's pretty interesting putting together videos like this, and it's just very time consuming, but I definitely enjoy the editing process. I don't trust anybody else to do any of my editing for any of my social media or anything. I have my friend Cody who does filming for me, and I trust him as a videographer slash like cinematographer, I guess I would consider him, but all of my other posts and everything, it's all created by me. All of my content is created by me, and I like it that way. So I can't really complain at all about any of the editing because I like it a certain way, so I deserve everything coming towards me when I have to sit in front of my laptop for several hours at a time. The process itself, you guys, I use Final Cut Pro for all of my editing. I know you guys are always asking, but I used to use like iMovie or whatever here on my Mac. I have like 3 MacBooks that I use for editing slash training clients and everything. And while I'm importing and stuff, I can actually answer my emails, whether it be on my iPad that I have Twitch open on right now, just for when I'm in between exports and stuff, so I'm not bored and just sitting here wasting time. I like to multitask. I'm a very, very diligent multitasker, so that's what I'm doing right now. I'm going to have to take the memory card out of this camera. As I get more clips throughout the night, I'm not sure how long I'll actually vlog for. Tara will be home in roughly an hour and a half. I'll probably talk to you guys here in a little bit about a couple of subjects, but we will see. Luna, speak. Good girl. Take it. Good kid. What are you prepping for us today, this evening?
Chicken.
Well, like specifically, you have to tell us your seasoning secrets.
I just throw random stuff on it.
Like lemon pepper?
Yeah.
Well, show them. People are interested in our diet and nutrition in this house.
Lemon pepper.
Nice.
Probably some of this chicken stuff.
Chicken seasoning, real nice.
Probably like some salt. Yeah, sometimes I put like rosemary on it.
What sides are we gonna have?
I don't know. What'd you get?
I don't freaking know. Some rice. Cheddar broccoli. Right there. I bought 2 new ones.
Why don't we should have these butter noodles?
Oh. I'd rather have rice, but whatever you want. And then a veggie. What veggie do you want?
What one do you want?
Corn and carrots.
Okay.
Is that good?
Yep.
Oh, that's dinner. Humbu. Chicken. So we had a couple of brewskis over here with dinner. I'll probably have like 2 plates of this. And I have some leftovers, I believe, in the fridge over here. Yes, I do. Excuse me. As I break it. I have some chicken with a couple of some veggies, and then I have some rice in that pot right there that I'll be having after the fact in a couple of hours. So this is dinner though for now. We have chicken, and all my chicken is buried underneath that rice right there with some carrots and corn. Alright, so it's probably been what, like a 25 minutes since I showed you guys last, but this is going to be my next plate of food here after dinner time. Not quite as much in quantity, but still got that quality. Alright, so we have one more overheated meal from the dinner that Tara made. Obviously, this is a much smaller portion, but for the rest of the night, it's only, what, going on 9 o'clock and I'm already eating another plate of food. After this, it's probably going to be a bunch of junk food and just trashy ass food for the rest of the night. I just wanted another portion of this before bed, and we're going to save the rest of the leftovers for tomorrow. Joke's on Tara though, she never eats the leftovers, it's always me.